Okay, welcome back. So before I get started into this video, I'm gonna let everybody know, and I'm gonna warn you that allergies have been absolutely kicking my ass the last couple weeks. Some of you that are in the West Coast have been blessed with some pretty nice weather the last few days. Personally, here where I live at, it reached 80 degrees here in California. That's after a pretty extensive bout of rain and wind and everything else. So now all the trees are blooming, and it's really wreaking havoc on my senses, so to speak. So I'm just letting you guys know if my voice sounds terrible or whatever. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It usually sounds like crap the way it is. So this particular video, I've had a lot of response regarding some of the videos I've uploaded here in the last few months, specifically targeting variety searching, such as RPMs, double dies, that sort of thing. And it's been a tremendous amount of feedback that I've been getting, a lot of it positive. I've been getting a lot of folks that have said, hey, I'm sick and tired of searching and searching and searching silver. I just can't find anything anymore. The fruits of my labor isn't there as it was, 10 years ago. And I have to agree. There's a reason why I've stopped searching silver here in the last few years, and it's been primarily everybody's doing it. Not just collectors or silver hoarders, stackers, but also just your normal everyday person, who doesn't care about the hobby, but if they see a quick buck, they'll turn on it and go forward with it. So I've been searching nothing but nickels, pennies, and I have everything just kind of stacked up here on the table. One of the most basic things I encourage folks to look at is a bankroll or bank box of pennies. As you can see, 25 bucks, low investment, low overhead to go through. All it takes is $25 of your time and the time itself. So if you have a little bit of free time at the end of the day during the week or on the weekend, you could certainly go through this. And there's actually a lot to be discovered. RPMs, double dies, transitionals. In fact, just a few weeks ago, someone on one of the threads, the forum chat rooms that I frequent, actually found a copper transitional for a 1983. So I thought that was really cool, and it's one of those things that'll be worth a few $1,000s. So I always encourage people who want to start off on a small budget but have the potential to hit something big. That's actually your best bet. Weed cents, it will yield anywhere from 8 to 10 per box. It's not a substantial amount. So with that being said, buy them in bulk. You can pay anywhere from 2 to 5 cents depending on the dealer. These particular ones, there's 12 to 1,500 per bag. The paper bag sitting right there has 2,500-ish. I've since pulled some fines out of there, and one day, probably not this evening, but later in the week, I'm going to go ahead and show you the fines, so that way I could get you motivated to want to do this. It's a little bit extra money that you have to come out of your pocket, but let's say if you go to a coin dealer, you only buy 1,000, they charge you 5 cents a piece. It's only $50. And if you turn around and resell them, whether it's on eBay or third party through Craigslist, you could certainly get your money's worth, money back. So that's another option. Actually, the weed cents, I prefer to search myself because it's going to yield the biggest return. For example, for every $5,000 I go through, or 5,000 count coins, not $5,000, but 5,000 coins, I usually yield anywhere from $150 to $200 worth of fines back to me. And then I go and resell it, and I make either my money back or just a little bit more, because there is an extremely strong market on weed cents. So yeah, we have weed cents. We have Lincoln Memorial cents from the bank that cost face. How about Jefferson nickels? straight from the bank. You go through a roll. You pull out the really nice uncirculated ones. In this case, this is all pre-1960 stuff. During that time, there's a lot of overmint marks, a lot of double dyes that can be found here. If you find a really nice 1950s model, quote-unquote, nickel, that have the full steps on Monticello, right there, you're talking a big dollar coin. There are some that have gone upwards of $10,000 if they're graded appropriately. So that's another option. Again, you could get them at face value, typically out of a $100 box of nickels. You'll find probably 20 or 30 pre-1960s, and there's a lot to be discovered from the 60s all the way up till 2000s. So that's another option. And then something that's a little bit more pricey. How about these Indian head pennies? Varieties are just now getting hot in this. So if you could find some of the more problem-free material, as you can tell, here's one right here with some sort of green corrosion or what have you. See? So those are the ones you want to stay away from, although the obverse has a really nice grade to it. It looks almost XF. But stay away from the ones that are corroded. Buy a nice batch of them. There are dealers that are selling these things for 40, 50 cents a piece. Buy 100 of them. Buy 200. Do some research online to get to know the different varieties that exist. Because there are some really nice varieties even into the later dates. And they actually sell for good money when you do find them. So all in all, the coin groups that I have kind of illustrated to you are a great set of examples. If you're a collector that's just starting, or if you're on a budget, you know, you just don't want to do the stupid silver thing anymore. Like last year, I took all my varieties, I inventoried them, and I got a count. And I made almost $20,000 doing this. I only go through maybe $100 a month in bank boxes of Lincoln Memorials. I certainly go through 20,000 wheat pennies in a month, and I keep recycling it. I resell these coins, get more of it, and I always come out ahead. You know, that's the way to play the game when it comes to variety searching. It's just it's a piece to numismatics that not a lot of people know about. So it's getting away from your comfort level of being a stacker and getting to something that where you're actually going to have to do some research, and you're in luck. There are a lot of websites online. A few of them I'm going to give to you right now. If you want to get to know your nickels and the varieties, there's a website called varietyvista.com that'll have lots of listings for the different RPMs and double dyes. Pretty cool. For the Indian head pennies, a great place to start is indiancent.com. That's actually Richard Snow's site, and he sells a lot of inventory. But if you go into his inventory, look at all the different varieties that sell for big money, it'll give you a nice head start. Plus, you could also order his catalog. And by the way, it's not really a plug. I have his whole three-book series catalog on Indian head scent varieties, and I tell you what, it is absolutely amazing. And of course, the wheat scents, coppercoins.com, lincolnscentresource.com, doubleddye.com are three of the primary resources I use to get all the information on all the RPMs, all of the double dyes that exist out there, and they all come with photo references. That's the cool thing. So you can match up dye markers. You could tell if something's early dye state, mid, or late dye state. You're going to get it all, and it's really dummy proof. You know, you just plug in the dates, you plug in the mint mark you're researching, and the type of variety you're searching for, and it'll populate the catalog with all of those photos for that date and mint mark combination. So, and all the websites work the same way, which is really cool. So those are my top picks if you were going to variety hunt on a budget. And I tell you what, if you guys have any questions regarding this, it's not a big competition for me, but I want to give you guys all the information you need to be successful and to have fun. Your hobby is everything to a lot of people, and it's a great outlet for taking care of the stress that comes with a daily lifestyle of work and home and family and everything else. So thanks again for watching. And if you guys have questions, you know where to turn to, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.